Hey everyone and welcome. Now I'll stop showing you when they stop doing it. Here's another police officer going completely off the rails at a traffic stop.
We're on film. You don't know the law. You don't have to have drugs on your money seized. You don't have to be involved in a crime.
You do.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know the law. You don't know the law.
The core is rotten, and I can behold the tide.
Now this is in regards to the gentleman in the car not being employed, I'd love to know how she knew that, and having £1,000 worth of cash in his pocket, and the interaction is absolutely shocking. Now before we get into this video everyone, I'd like to let you be aware that this unhinged woman doesn't know her facts, and we'll go through that at the end. But the point is that she thinks it's acceptable, with no crime committed, to confiscate £1,000. Not because of proceeds of crime, not because they've got him or a suspicion of him committing crime for that money, just because he's got it on him. Is that acceptable? You answer that in your head while we watch the video. Have a listen to this.
But there's cash in the car. There's over £1,000 to be seized.
Yeah, no, it's mine. She's never for that.
Yeah, over £1,000 you can seize it. About money laundering, anything over £1,000.
Money laundering.
But if you can prove that it's yours, whatever, it's no problem.
Where's it to?
But he's just going to check.
So what grounds are you using for money laundering?
You just said anyone over £1,000 you can have, because if you
Yeah,
haven't got a
but
valid reason to have it, you don't work, you have £1,000.
You don't have to
So
have
what
a
we'll do
reason
is,
for all money.
well, we can seize it and we can investigate why you've got £1,000
Yeah, you
cash,
can look
and then
before
you
as
can,
well.
yeah, and you can, if you can prove it, you just get it back.
Yeah.
But you're obviously, it's an investigation. We'll have to get into use of also.
What are you investigating?
Why you've got £1,000.
There's no evidence saying you can actually have £1,000.
Well,
You've
if
got
you,
to have a reason to investigate
yeah, well,
it.
we believe that you £1,000.
What do you believe?
I believe that it's linked to drugs myself.
Do you? And
Yeah.
what grounds have you got to believe that?
Well, that's what we'll investigate, won't it? We're going to take you down and get you
drugs? Have you fallen any drugs? Have you
over
got
£1,000. If you've got over £1,000 in your car, we can seize that under
If
money
I
laundering.
have drugs on me, yeah?
And no, you can seize any of that. That's
You
something different.
can't.
No, that's a proceeds of crime act. That's different. That's a proceeds
Yeah,
of crime.
well, do you understand what an act is?
But if you had drugs on you now, the money would be seized as part of the drug dealing
Yeah, but
proceeds
there's
of
no
crime.
drugs,
This is money.
so you've got
Yeah,
no
no, this
excuse,
is money
you've got no
laundering.
grounds.
No,
You've
we
got to
can't
have
seize it for
reasonable
you to
grounds.
prove why you got £1,000.
I don't have to prove anything. You have to prove
no,
that
you
I've done
don't.
something wrong. You
No, you
do.
don't.
Innocent till proven
Okay,
guilty.
we'll
Innocent
take it,
till
and then
proven
you can discuss all that later, can't we? We'll give you your Form A's.
Innocent until proven guilty seems to be a thing of the past, since they've given the authority to the police to be able to make their own minds up on the edge of the road whether you've committed a crime or not. They're allowed to just willy-nilly steal your property and willy-nilly arrest you for no reason.
Don't worry about it. We'll all get investigated. That's if you've got over £1,000. You might not even have over £1,000. That's why we can't seize it.
It's roughly about £1,000.
Well, we'll find out now, won't we? How much?
875.
There you go, it's not over £1,000. But if it's over £1,000,
I don't know
you
the
could-
law, study lawyer.
Oh yeah, well you'll know then over £1,000 you can seize it. You know that then, don't you?
Yeah, I know that.
So
Yeah.
we can seize it, and then you have to.
You have
It's not called seizing if there's no evidence and no suspicion of a crime. It's called theft, love, which is in itself a crime.
We can.
reasonable
No, we don't.
grounds
We
to
can
seize
seize
it. If you
£1,000.
find drugs, right,
We don't-
or
no,
anything
they're not
connected
drugs.
with
You don't have-
crime,
no, you don't have
listen,
to.
it's got to be a
You
crime.
don't have to.
Listen,
You
I'm
don't
not
have
arguing
to.
with you.
And
Go
we're
on,
on
you carry
film.
on.
You
Carry
don't
on,
know
yeah.
the law.
Oh, I
You don't
do.
have to
Oh, I
have. You
do.
don't have to have drugs on your money seized. You don't.
Now that's emotional insecurity, that's emotional irrationality, isn't it? She's immediately gone to an argument state. Aren't the police supposed to de-escalate, not instigate?
You don't have to be involved in a crime.
You do.
No, you
You
don't.
can't
No,
seize
you don't.
any-
You don't know the law. You don't know the law.
You
Go
don't
home.
say the
You
bill of
don't.
rights.
Go home.
No
Go
more
home and
questions.
study the
No more
law.
questions.
Because I'm saying that
I've
on
been
on
studying
camera.
law for
You
8
do
years.
not know the law.
Yeah, well,
You don't
don't
have
go
to
looking
have
up and
drugs.
you'll find
You don't.
yourself incorrect.
No, you were incorrect and you look very silly. I hope you show all your friends. I hope you post it on Facebook
So
and
stop
also everyone
waving
can
your arms
say.
about. You might catch me in the eye.
I'm not going to catch you in the eye.
You're swinging
But
your
what
arms
I'm
around.
saying is,
You're
you don't
acting
know
like
the
a
law.
crazy lady.
When you go
You're
home,
acting like
when
a
you go
crazy
home,
lady.
you
You're
research the
acting
law.
like a crazy lady.
You don't know the law.
You don't
do
know
not
the
know
law.
the
You
law.
haven't got a
No.
clue what you're enforcing.
I've been in
You
a job
haven't got a
17
clue.
years. You haven't
Yeah,
got a clue,
you're
have you?
enforcing
You do not
policy.
have a clue.
Enforcing
Stand over.
policy, which
Remember what she said there, everyone. 17 years she's been a police officer.
It's against the law.
No, you don't know.
No, I do. Trust me.
Embarrassed when you find out.
Oh, you will be embarrassed when you find out.
Now, that was a shocking interaction, wasn't it? Supposedly a keeper of the peace. And she's trying to justify theft, in my opinion. And I do think it's a theft, and I do know it's theft. This is how much you're legally allowed to carry on your person in the UK. They state carrying cash is a common practice among individuals, but it is essential to understand the legal limitations imposed by the government. In the United Kingdom, there are no specific laws that restrict the amount of cash you can carry on your person. Therefore, you are legally allowed to carry any amount of cash while in the UK. Whether it's a few pounds or a substantial sum, you have the freedom to carry it with you without violating any regulations. So she completely made that up to take his money. Absolutely disgusting. And she said that she was in the force for 17 years and she doesn't know this simple fact. You are legally allowed to carry as much money as you want, whenever you want, whoever you want, whether they like it or not. Absolutely disgusting. And I'll keep showing these until the police stop doing these. Let me know what you think. Stay sane. See you on the next one.